Hey guys, Ryan Steinelson here. It's 2 o'clock on Tuesday for our live workshop. If you want to join, you can join by either commenting on the video that you're watching on or on the replay. I'll respond to all messages, or you can jump in. I'll send the invite out right now via the comments section of your video so that you guys can jump in if you'd like to. So I put that in there as a link. Please join. These workshops are really good when I can go over your specific strategies that you're doing, or what you're doing, what you're not doing. I can give you insights that are really valuable. If you haven't been on one of these live videos, I would encourage you. You don't even have to share your video. You can just share your audio, and we don't even have to see you. You can just ask questions, or like I said, you can comment, and then I'll answer the questions live. I'll show them in the bottom right screen. If you want to join us after this live video for more in-depth conversations, then you can text us at this number right here, 561-861-3238. I will respond to all those text messages. That text goes directly to me. You can also join our Skool community at skool.com/DIYAI. And you can also visit our website at DIYAI.ai. We'll answer all your questions at the Skool community or on text. And if you want to just get information, you can also chat with our agent there. On the right at the top of the website, you'll see our chat agent. It'll answer any questions that you have as well. Let me know what questions you have. If you don't have any, I do have a scheduled set of topics that I'd like to go over and talk about today, that I think are that will really help you guys understand a lot more about what's happening in the marketplace, how you can, as the title said, really leverage conversations so that you can turn cold leads into new clients. And there's really one way to do this. And I set out to do this 2 years ago when I went to, and by the way, if you don't know who I am, I'm the founder of DIY.ai. My name is Ryan again. I also am the founder of Accelerate Marketing. It's a 16-year-old digital marketing agency, almost 17 now, I guess. And what we do is we help businesses generate new pre-qualified, pre-sold leads by optimizing the Google Business Profile page and the Google Local Service Ads pages for your business or businesses. And by doing that, people will find you when they either look on a large language model like Gemini or ChatGPT or Claude, because we optimize not only for Google now, we optimize for the large language models as well. Because today, if you're not doing that, you're missing probably about 20% of the overall searches. Now, Google still is the king of the hill. Most people are doing a search on Google for a business, and I'll show you in a second here on my phone exactly what I'm talking about. I can guarantee you that if you're a business owner, I can generate a significant increase of at least 20, 30, 40% of the leads that you're getting right now. I can increase whatever lead volume that you're getting by probably 20, 30, 40, 50, or maybe even 100 or 200% by just implementing some of the strategies that I'm going to talk about today. So let me know what questions you guys have. And what I will do is I'll go through the topics today. So one of the first things that I wanted to go over, if there's no questions, and by the way, we've been doing this for, like I said, it's not just that we've been doing this for 16 years or 17 years now. It's really more that, let's see LinkedIn there. Okay. Looks like LinkedIn, let's see, it's not streaming to LinkedIn. I just got a notification. Anyway, we were selected as a Google Local Service Ads partner agency. And we were selected because of the fact that at Accelerate Marketing, because of the fact that we've seen so many Google local service ads accounts over the last, since it started 9 years ago. And before that, Google business profile pages. So we know a thing or two about generating leads and converting those leads. I also have a lot of experience in sales. Before this company, I was a sales representative for Accelerate or for Pfizer, and before that, it was shearing plow, and also for a biotech company called Liposcience. So, I've been trained in sales strategies, and I will share all the knowledge that I have of that and digital marketing strategies that I can today, and in everything that I do when I get on these calls, or every time I get on these calls. So, okay, so what I wanted to talk about is, and I've talked about this many times on this call, and also my live video that I do tomorrow, which is at 2:00 every Wednesday, which is more for the Google local service ads and Google business profile optimization. But today it's coming up because a lot of businesses are using WhatsApp in order to communicate with their leads. Instead of using text, they're using WhatsApp because it's kind of the universal messaging platform. It's really, the usage of it is increasing dramatically for service and for sales beyond just retail. And there's an article that talks about this. So there's many entry points in the WhatsApp strategy, but suffices to say is that once somebody gets there, the key is to have somebody on your side there to answer the message or to respond to the inbound WhatsApp messages that are coming in. This is, again, another great use of an agent that's multi. So this is what I've been talking about for many years now. Is that it's really important that when you set up an agent that it's able to take not only and respond to not only emails or not only voice, but emails, text, chat on your website, WhatsApp messages, so that you can really communicate on all fronts, and that your agent has complete context of all of the communication that it has on any one of those fronts with any individual person. So just like I would recommend that you have an agent for your Google local service ads messages, I'm going to recommend, obviously, that you connect an agent to whatever you connect WhatsApp to for your business, so that on your end, at least you're covered and those messages are being responded to. If a human can't respond, you got to train your agent so that it knows about your business. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit as well. How do you train your agent? When if you have an agent set up, how many ways are you able to train the agent? Are you able to train it only with a prompt? If so, that's not that great. What I'd recommend is that you think about setting up an agent that not only is able to be trained from a prompt, but also from a knowledge base, where you upload a document or a PDF, or better yet, you give access to your agent to your Google Docs or your Google spreadsheets, or your Gmail or your calendar, so that it has full, or maybe even whatever, not just CRM that you're using, maybe that's Go High Level, but also maybe even a whatever management tool, your project management tool that you're using. For example, my company uses Basecamp to manage its projects. What I'm doing is I'm connecting our agent, the agent that is trained on Ryan Steinolfson and everything that I know. I'm training it. I'm having it ingest all of the information. And this is a different topic than just connecting to WhatsApp, but this is really important, because if you are setting up an AI agent, the usefulness of the agent is limited. I'll say this is really important. The usefulness of the agent is limited by the amount of information that it can take in about you, so that it understands the context of what makes you, and or your business the way that it is. If the agent understands what makes your business unique or you unique, and you're able to train it on, in order to do that, if you're able to train it on your Gmail, your Google Docs, everything that you're creating textually, your Basecamp messages, etc., then that, I would think, and you tell me if I'm wrong, would be a great way to train an AI agent, because then it has context of you. It understands everything about you. And some people might get a little freaked out about this because they're like, oh my gosh, I don't want the agent to understand or see my emails. But I mean, really, I mean, like, they're not hidden anyway. They're, the government probably has full access to them anyway, no matter what. So what are we really hiding from? I mean, the key that I'm looking for an agent that can actually help me. And if the agent has full context, and by the way, put any comments in, I'd be glad to take any comments or jump in the conversation here. I'd love to answer any questions you have. But I want the agent to have full understanding of me and what makes me tick, all the way down to my calendar appointments, my Gmails. I want it to be able to do things for me that are useful, like respond to my Gmails, to put a pre-populated email together. It might not sound exactly like me, but you know what? At least it's done. It's probably more succinct. It's probably more thorough in terms of what it needs to cover. The agent will be in when it responds to an email of mine than I would be. The way that we're setting our agent up to respond to emails is that it's going to give two or three versions. Then I just select the version that I like and I go in and edit it a little bit. It's much easier to jump on a train that's already moving. And so that's our theory on letting the AI agent respond to emails. Again, it really just comes down to how much context can you give your agent to train it? And that's where the knowledge base comes in. And I would just encourage you guys to really think about that. How can you give your agent access to as much of the information that you create on a daily basis in order to do your job, in order to just be you doing the things that you do? Because I want the agent to not only know about my DIY.ai company, I want it to know about Accelerate Marketing, and that separately, and keep those as two siloed, separate businesses. And I also wanted to know about me personally and also some of my interests, so that it can also help me create things for my interests, like the permaculture farm that we have here. I mean, I want the AI agent to understand about that so that it can go find information for me about that and help me create, for example, a logo for my property, and a mission and a vision, etc. So anyway, agentic follow-up sequences that revive dead leads. This is now agentic AI is moving beyond chat into goal-driven actions, follow-ups, reminders, rescheduling. So McKinsey notes that the shift to agents that act, not answer. And I agree. This is what I'm talking about. The agent can act on your behalf and not just respond to you or give you a reply, and not just talk to you, but actually do shit for you if you give it the proper context, and if you give it enough information about you so it can do follow-ups and reminders. For example, for this workshop, the agent knows to put together all the research that I need for my Tuesday and my Wednesday workshops by 10 a.m. and send me a notification for it every week. And it does that because it knows what I do. It has context of what I talk about because it sees the recordings and the transcripts of the actual recorded videos. And it also understands what my general style is, and understands how I communicate to other people about it via email, about these live videos, because it's got access to my email. It's got access to my calendar, so it can see when they're scheduled. So it has full transparency. So it can really create much better interactions with me and suggest, for example, follow-up sequences for things that it knows that I have coming up. It only can do that if it understands and knows and it has access to my calendar and other things that would allow it to give those type of suggestions. So, so you can create templates for post inquiry nurturing, or like when people inquire about your business in order to nurture them into becoming a new client. No-show rescues, like people that didn't show up, you can do automatic follow-up and like revive the leads. Cisco research projects agents so Cisco says their agents will handle a majority of their service interactions within a few years. That's huge. Okay. So data hygiene, this is what I was talking about. Smarter agents, which is RAG, or retrieval augmented generation, or retrieval. I think that's what it stands for. RAG inputs, doc cleanup, and garbage in, agent out. So agent performance lives or dies on knowledge quality. This is what I've been talking about. Poor docs equal bad answers. So the documents that you give it, the Google Docs, the emails, the calendar appointments, the everything. So agentic AI fails without clean inputs and governance. And I agree 100%. So one of the things that businesses are doing is they're building a company brain pack, services, pricing, territories, FAQs, SOPs, all in one place that the agent could have access to it. So that if things change, you update it there, and then the agent has access to the updated information. And weekly refresh rituals, so the agent stays accurate. This is all for the agent, so that you're basically giving it, you're updating the agent. It's like having a debrief for the agent every week, so that it has the best information possible. It's no different than updating an employee. But you can do this automatically. That's what's great, by just giving it access to the documents that would allow it to do that without having. This is what I'm saying. You're already creating these documents. You're already doing the content, creating the content like this. Just give the agent access to it, and then it will do things for you that you'll be surprised about. US A2P 10 DLC require proper brand campaign. Okay. Basically, if you don't do the 10 DLC, the A2P registration, you're going to get poor deliverability. So, this is where it goes back to using WhatsApp. So you can use WhatsApp and then SMS as backup, but make sure that you do a proper registration of your phone number so that you can get really good text deliverability with your agent. Voice agents, and we do that, by the way, for you at DIY.ai. So, if you want to set up an agent, well, that's what DIY.ai is. It's a platform that you can set up a free agent. It's $1 a conversation. It's really simple billing. It will respond to all chats, all text messages, all emails, all WhatsApp messages, and it sounds like a human. So you can get rid of your call center, basically. Voice agents with warm transfer rules. This is really important. If you don't have a warm transfer rule, I would recommend that you do, because what's the industry is standardizing around is that the AI is qualifying and scheduling, and humans handle only the edge cases and money calls. That's a really smart way to set up an AI agent. The AI takes all inbound calls, it qualifies, and it does a warm transfer, or it schedules an appointment. Or if somebody wants to talk to a human immediately, immediately the agent transfers that edge case or that money call to a human immediately. So latency targets and intent thresholds that trigger live transfer. So if there's a delay, latency, that's another word for latency. If there's a delay, a latency target, debacle going on, or there's intent thresholds that are reached, that is when you want to trigger a live transfer versus a booking. Okay, so you want to get that call to a human, so the callers feel helped and not handled. So you want to get those calls to a human, because there's something that was bobbled. Okay, either the the latency, like there's delays in the AI responding, or the intent of the conversation was batched, was done wrong. So or handled incorrectly. And in that case, transfer to human. Do not just have the agent book a call. And you need to know how to spot those things. And this is what we help businesses with at DIY.ai. So 60-minute flow, tight. Okay, so I've gone through pretty much all of what I wanted to cover today. Yeah, I mean, the bottom line is that if you guys are looking to set up an AI agent and have all of your calls answered so that you can get more leads on your Google Local Service Ads platform, on Google Business Profile, and convert more of those leads because of the fact they're being responded to. Because there's a Harvard business study that there's actually a Harvard Business Review study that talks about the fact that if you just respond to a lead in 5 minutes, not 30 seconds, we have a 30-second promise or a guarantee. If we don't get to all your calls within 30 seconds or messages, then it's, the agent's free for that month. But basically, the study that was done by Harvard found that if you answer or respond to all leads in 5 minutes, that you increase your conversion rate by like 4 or 5x. It's unbelievable, the increase in conversion rate that happens. So this is why it's so important. It's not only to convert more leads, it's also to get more leads. So there's a twofold, there's a double benefit that you get, because you actually, when you use an AI agent and answer all your calls, messages, emails, etc. within 30 seconds, Google sees that because they're listening to the calls, and they will send you more leads. They will preferentially send leads to you versus other businesses, because almost every other business does not have a system like DIY.ai. So I hope that makes sense. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm going to wrap it up there today. Again, please visit our website at DIY.ai. I hope this is beneficial. You can also go to our Skool community at skool.com, skool.com/DIY.ai, or you can text me at 561-861-3238, and I'll answer any questions you have. Thanks, guys. Make it a great day.